What's up, IDP Army? Jordan Rains, here to give you guys a little goodness today about a second-year player on the Pittsburgh Steelers, Alex Highsmith. Alex Highsmith is a dual-designated linebacker and defensive lineman on Sleeper. I believe he just got the defensive end tag on MFL, if I'm not mistaken. Double check me on that. What I want to tell you about Alex Highsmith today is he was a third-round pick in 2020 by the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was picked 102 and he played college football at Charlotte. Not a highly sought-after player. There were definitely players on the board that a lot of people thought at the edge position were better than Alex Highsmith, but the Steelers took Alex Highsmith. As a junior, Alex Highsmith recorded 60 tackles, 17.5 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks. As a senior, he recorded 21.5 tackles for loss and 14 sacks. Both of those were good for school records at Charlotte. They were also good enough seasons for him to earn first team all-conference. So back-to-back seasons, he got all-conference, first team all-conference. So Alex Highsmith gets drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. What happens next? Highsmith didn't record many sacks as a rookie, only 2. But he did throw up an elite 48 combined tackles on just 437 defensive snaps. That's a really impressive number for him to reach on such a low number of snaps. So the sacks, hopefully they come. I imagine they will. But with the tackle floor that safe, Alex Highsmith is a player that should definitely be on your radar going into 2021. Highsmith really didn't start playing full-time until Bud Dupree went down in week 12. He got his first start in week 13. And from that point on, he posted 23 tackles and 1 sack, opposite of TJ Watt. Like I said before, his tackle floor is elite. He had a respectable 7 impact plays. Not a super high number, but that's definitely a number we can work with at the defensive line position. He's a disruptive player on a disruptive defense. What does that mean? That means he has high impact play upside available to him, kind of by proximity because of the players that are on his team. Minkah Fitzpatrick, Joe Hayden, TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Devin Bush even. These are all players that are disruptive players themselves in coverage, rushing the passer, or just being disruptive across the middle. So there will be opportunities for forced fumbles, sacks, big plays just in general, available to Alex Highsmith. The high tackle for loss number in college is one of the best indicators of success at the NFL level. Alex Highsmith had a lot of tackles for loss in college, and he had 5 this year. 5 tackles for loss is a good number to have for a guy who only got his first start in week 13. He didn't run a super elite 40-yard dash. I'm not overly concerned about that. He did run a 4.7, but he doesn't have the same level of burst that Bud Dupree had. He ran a 4.56. So maybe not as quick off the line, but his game is still solid because of the solid tackle floor that he presents. So what are you going to do? Don't leave your drafts this next year without Alex Highsmith on your team. He's going to start getting a little bit of hype, I'm sure, but he's a player that I want on my dynasty teams. He's a cheap player to acquire right now. You don't have to draft him early, not even in the top 20 rounds probably in a startup, but definitely make sure you leave your drafts with Alex Highsmith on your team. Why? The upside's there. He's a late round pick, and he's got the dual designation for defensive line and linebacker. So he's going to be valuable to your team, if at nothing else, as a flex play on a disruptive defense. So that's it. That's your index update for Alex Highsmith.